Tom stood near the wide window of the spaceport outside. The trade ship Morning Star was docking slowly at the large Earth orbital station. The ship was big, with metal plates shining under the sunlight that came from the nearby star. Ships like this came from many worlds, carrying goods, machines, and sometimes living creatures. But today, Tom knew this shipment was different. He worked as a cargo handler. His job was to move goods from ships to the station's storage area. It was not a hard job, but it was important to keep the station running smoothly. Today, the station was busy with many crews unloading many containers. But among these usual crates, one special delivery waited for Tom. The chief supervisor, a tall man named Mark, came to him and said, "Tom, we have a new assignment for you. You are to receive a special package from the alien delegation. This is not normal cargo. Handle it carefully. Follow the orders exactly." Tom nodded. His heart beat faster. He had seen many alien visitors before, but he had never handled a delivery like this. The alien delegation was a group of species from a distant star system. They were known for their strange and advanced technology. At the ship's loading bay, Tom waited as the cargo hatch opened. Instead of boxes or crates, a sealed pod was brought out on a floating platform. The pod was tall, made of clear glass and metal, and softly glowing inside. Tom felt curious and nervous. As the pod's outer panel opened slowly, inside was a woman. She looked very different from any human. Her skin was silver with a smooth, shiny texture. Her eyes were large and glowing green. She had no hair, and her face was calm but strong. She wore a simple suit that seemed part of her body. Tom looked at her carefully. Then, to his surprise, the woman opened her eyes and looked straight at him. Her green eyes held a strange light, as if she was trying to reach inside his mind. She spoke clearly in perfect English. "I know you." Tom's breath stopped. He did not expect the woman to speak at all, and especially not to say those words. He stared at her, not knowing what to say. "You know me?" he finally managed to ask. The woman nodded slightly. "Yes, we have met before. Not here, not in this form. But I remember you clearly." Tom thought hard. He had never seen this alien before. How could she know him? Maybe it was a trick, or some kind of test. The other handlers were watching, waiting for him to take the pod away. The alien woman slowly stepped out of the pod. Her movements were smooth and calm. Tom noticed she was taller than most humans. She looked around the cargo bay with quiet interest. "Who are you?" Tom asked, still surprised. "My name is Mara," she said. "I am a messenger. I have been sent to find you." Tom blinked. "Find me? Why?" Mara did not answer at once. Instead, she looked up and spoke softly. "Because the future of many depends on what we will do next. You are important, Tom." Tom wanted to ask more questions, but a voice came over the station's radio. "Cargo team, report status. Has the package been secured?" Mark's voice was firm. "Package received. Tom is handling the delivery." Tom glanced at Mara again. Her eyes were calm but serious. She seemed to trust him already, but he did not know why. The station's security officers moved closer. One of them said, "Sir, we need to scan the cargo and identify any risks. Please cooperate." Mara nodded and allowed a quick scan. The machine beeped and showed no threat, but the officers looked unsure. Aliens from distant worlds were not always safe, and they had orders to be careful. Tom felt the weight of the moment. This was no ordinary shipment. It was a secret that could change many lives. He decided to trust Mara, even if he did not fully understand what was happening. He said, "Come with me. I will take you to the medical bay. We need to check you carefully." Mara smiled faintly. "Thank you, Tom. I will explain everything soon." As they moved through the busy corridors of the station, Tom noticed how people stared at Mara. Her strange look made many stop and whisper, but no one dared to come close. In the medical bay, the doctors examined Mara with polite questions. She answered without fear. Tom stayed by her side, feeling a strange connection growing. At night, when the station quieted down, Mara finally spoke in detail. "Tom, You have a gift. When you were young, you had dreams of other worlds, of places beyond Earth. Those were not just dreams, they were memories. Memories from a time long before you were born. Tom listened carefully. He remembered those dreams he had never told anyone. In those dreams, he saw stars, strange cities, and a woman who looked like Mara. She continued, "We come from a star system called Valora. Our people once walked alongside humans, many centuries ago, but that history was lost, hidden by time and fear. Now, our worlds are facing a new danger." Tom's heart beat faster. "What danger?" "A species called the Kareth," Mara said. "They seek to control all life in this region. They will come to Earth soon. You and I must prepare." Tom felt a mix of fear and excitement. This was more than he had ever imagined. The Silver Woman who knew him was real. And so was the threat she spoke of. Mara looked at Tom and said, "You are not just a cargo handler. You are part of something much bigger. Together, we can change the future." Tom took a deep breath and nodded. "Tell me what to do." Outside, the stars shone brightly through the windows. A new chapter was beginning. For Tom, for Earth, and for all who lived among the stars. The next morning, Tom woke up in his small quarters on the space station. The room was simple, with a narrow bed, a desk, and a small window looking out into space. But Tom's mind was far from rest. He kept thinking about Mara and her words. How could she know him? How could she speak of memories he never shared at breakfast? Tom tried to act normal, but his thoughts were heavy. He kept looking at the small data pad the station had given him to communicate with his supervisors. They wanted constant updates about Mara. The alien delegation was watching closely. Tom's friend, Leo, came by the table. Leo was a mechanic who often worked near the cargo bays. He noticed Tom's worried face and asked, "What's going on, Tom? You look like you haven't slept in days." Tom hesitated, but then decided to tell Leo part of the story. "There's an alien here. Her name is Mara. She says she knows me, like from some kind of shared memory." Leo raised his eyebrows. "That sounds crazy. Aliens knowing humans? Maybe. She's tricking you?" "I don't think so," Tom said quietly. "She talked about something called the Dream Bridge. She said it connects minds from different worlds." Leo laughed a little. "Sounds like science fiction. But if you say so, maybe you're part of some big story." Tom smiled faintly, but did not say more. He needed to find answers. Later that day, Mara asked Tom to meet her in a quiet room in the station's research wing. When Tom arrived, Mara was waiting. Her green eyes looked softer now, less distant. "Tom," she said, "I want to explain more about the Dream Bridge and why you are important." Tom sat down and listened carefully. "A long time ago," Mara began, "our people and humans. We're closer than you know. We shared knowledge and technology. The Dream Bridge was a way to communicate across vast distances. It connected minds through thoughts and feelings, not words." Tom remembered the strange dreams he had as a child. He had seen cities with tall towers and strange shapes in the sky. He had felt joy, fear, and hope, but never understood why. Mara continued, "You have a rare gift. Some humans still carry the ability to connect through the Dream Bridge. It is part of your hidden history. Your ancestors were friends with my people." Tom's heart raced. "But why me? I'm just a cargo handler." "You are more than that," Mara said firmly. "You have the strength and will to help protect both our worlds. The Kareth are coming. They want to destroy everything we hold dear." Tom looked down, feeling the weight of her words. "What can I do?" "First, you must trust me," Mara said. "There are others like you, but they are scattered. We need to find them and awaken the bridge within them." Tom nodded slowly. "How do we start?" Mara reached out and touched Tom's hand. The touch was warm and calm. Suddenly, Tom felt a rush of images and feelings, places he had never seen, stars far away, battles fought in the sky. He gasped and pulled back. "What was that?" "That was a link," Mara said. "The Dream Bridge is waking inside you." Tom sat back, breathing deeply. This is a lot to take in. Before Tom could respond, the station alarm rang loudly. A voice came over the loudspeakers. Security breach in Sector 7. All personnel must report to emergency stations. Mara's eyes sharpened. This is not a drill. The Kareth may have found us sooner than expected. Tom stood quickly. What do we do? Mara led him toward the station's command center. As they moved, she explained. The Kareth are a powerful enemy. They destroy without mercy. If they reach Earth, it will be very bad. At the command center, officers were already organizing defenses. Tom saw screens showing unknown ships approaching the station. As borders, the shapes were sharp and dark. Unlike anything Tom had seen before, the chief officer turned to Tom and Mara. We need any help we can get. If you have information, share it now. Mara stepped forward. The Kareth's weakness is in their lack of understanding of the Dream Bridge. Humans who can use it are key to stopping them. Tom looked around, seeing doubt in many eyes. But Mara's calm confidence gave him hope. Over the next hours, Tom and Mara worked with the station's team. Mara used her knowledge to guide the defense systems. Tom tried to learn how to focus the Dream Bridge power inside him. The more he practiced, the clearer the visions became. He saw other humans like him, waiting to be found. He saw battles where hope and courage made a difference. That night, as the station quieted again, Mara spoke softly. You are ready to take the next step. Tomorrow, we begin the search for others. You will need courage. Tom nodded, feeling both fear and strength. This was not just about him anymore. It was about saving Earth, saving the worlds linked by history and hope. As he looked out at the stars once more, Tom felt a new purpose growing inside him. He was no longer just a cargo handler. He was part of a greater story. The days passed quickly on the space station. Tom spent most of his time learning from Mara and the scientists about the Dream Bridge and the danger coming to Earth. The strange connection inside him grew stronger. Sometimes he would close his eyes and see flashes of places far away, blue skies, tall buildings made of shining glass, and battles where humans and aliens fought side by side. One morning, Mara asked Tom to join her on the station's observation deck. They stood together, looking out at the endless stars. Mara spoke quietly, but with urgency. Tom, the Kareth are not just any enemy. They are a dark force that has destroyed many worlds. They believe power comes only from control and fear. Their ships move fast, and their weapons are strong. Tom looked at her with concern. How close are they now? Too close, Mara answered. They will reach Earth's system within weeks if we do not prepare. Many will suffer. Tom felt a heavy weight in his chest. He thought about his home, his family, and all the people living on Earth who did not even know the danger was coming. He wanted to protect them, but he also felt small and unsure. Mara turned to him. This is why you must use your gift. The Dream Bridge is the key to uniting humans and our people. Together, we can stand against the Kareth. Tom asked, but how do I do that? I do not know how to reach others like me. Mara smiled gently. You will learn. The Dream Bridge connects not only minds but hearts. When you find others who share this gift, you will know. The connection will feel like a call, a strong pull. Tom closed his eyes and tried to feel the connection inside him. At first, there was only silence, but then, like a distant whisper, he felt a presence. It was faint but real. He opened his eyes and looked at Mara. I think I feel it, he said. It is like someone calling. Mara nodded. Good. We will begin the search soon. Meanwhile, back on the station, the news of the approaching Kareth spread quietly among the leaders. Some believed the warnings, but others doubted. They saw no clear proof yet. Tom and Mara knew they had to act fast. That afternoon, Tom was called to a meeting with the station's command team. The room was filled with humans and a few aliens from other friendly species. The commander, a woman named Nora, spoke with a serious tone. We have detected a Kareth scout ship near the outer edge of the system. It is small but fast. We must prepare defenses and send warnings to Earth. Tom raised his hand. Commander. Nora, I believe we can do more than just wait. Mara and I have been working with the Dream Bridge. It can help us connect with people who can fight back. Nora looked at him thoughtfully. This dream bridge sounds like hope, but it is also unproven technology. Can it really help us in time? Tom met her eyes. I do not know for sure, but I believe it is our best chance. Nora nodded slowly. Very well, we will support your efforts. But be careful. The Kareth are dangerous. Tom left the meeting feeling the pressure, but also a renewed sense of purpose. He had a role to play, and he would not fail. That night, Mara and Tom sat together in the small common room. Mara placed her hand on Tom's shoulder. Tomorrow, we start the search. I will guide you through the dream bridge. You must be ready for what you will see. Tom took a deep breath. I am ready. The next morning, Mara brought Tom to a quiet chamber filled with soft lights and strange symbols. On the walls, she asked him to sit and close his eyes. Focus on the connection inside you, she said. Let your mind reach out. Tom did as she said. At first, there was only darkness. Then, slowly, a faint light appeared. The light grew brighter and took shape. He saw a man standing in a crowded city. The man looked confused but strong suddenly. Tom felt a rush of emotions: fear, hope, determination. The man's face became clearer. Tom knew this was one of the others like him. Mara's voice came softly. You have found your first connection. Reach out with your mind and speak to him. Tom focused and sent a silent thought. I am here. We are not alone. The man looked around, surprised. Then he smiled faintly and nodded. Tom felt a warm glow in his chest. It worked. He whispered. For hours, Tom connected with the man, learning his story. His name was Lee. He lived on a colony planet far from Earth. Lee had dreams to visions of other worlds and strange battles. Mara explained, Lee is one of many. If we can find and awaken them, we will build a strong alliance. Tom felt hope grow inside him. He was not alone. Together, they could fight the coming storm. Days passed as Tom and Mara continued their search. They found more like Lee humans scattered across planets, each with a hidden power. Each connection made Tom stronger, but the threat of the Kareth grew closer. Scout ships were seen near Earth's orbit. The station's alarms rang often. People grew anxious. One evening, Mara said, Tom, we must warn Earth's leaders soon. The time is near. Tom nodded. I will do whatever it takes. He looked at the stars and thought about the future. The dream bridge was a gift, a bridge between worlds, and now it was their hope for survival. The story of Tom and Mara was only beginning. Together, they faced a war that could change everything, but they had each other and the strength of many minds united. The space station was alive with tension. Security was tighter than ever. Every face Tom passed seemed more cautious, more alert. Mara stayed quiet beside him, her calm presence a sharp contrast to the nervous energy in the air. They had just left a meeting with the station's leaders, where Mara had warned that the Kareth were closer than anyone wanted to admit. The council was divided. Some trusted her words, some still doubted. But one thing was clear, Mara's presence on the station was causing worry. The alien delegation was nervous, and the station's commanders were ready to act if needed. Tom's mind was heavy. Mara had told him the Kareth were ruthless. If the enemy learned about Mara's mission or about Tom's role with the dream bridge, they would target them both immediately. The station was no longer a safe place. Suddenly, alarms blared through the corridors. Red lights flashed as an urgent message echoed from the station's loudspeakers. Security lockdown in effect. All personnel remain in place until further notice. Tom looked at Mara. She did not flinch. Instead, she grabbed his arm firmly. We must move now, she said in a low voice. They will try to capture me. Tom's heart pounded. Who will try? The station guards, Mara nodded. They are under orders. I cannot let them take me. Our mission is too important. Without waiting, Mara led Tom through a narrow hallway. The two moved quickly but carefully, avoiding main corridors where security was strongest. Tom's experience as a cargo handler helped. He knew hidden routes, maintenance tunnels, and back passages few others used. As they slipped through the shadows, Mara explained, if they take me, they will use my knowledge against us. The Careth will find Earth easily. We must escape. Tom felt a surge of determination. He would not let Mara be captured. They had come too far. They reached a service elevator. Mara hacked the control panel with a small device she carried. The doors opened silently. They stepped inside, descending to the lower decks. The elevator stopped near a storage bay where a small shuttle waited. Mara guided Tom toward it. This ship will take us away from here. It is not fast, but it is quiet. Tom opened the door and looked inside. The cockpit was simple but well equipped. Controls and screens glowed softly. Mara climbed in first, then helped Tom in beside her. She started the engines. The shuttle hummed quietly. "Hold on," Mara said. The ship lifted off the station, moving into open space. Tom watched the station grow smaller behind them. His chest was tight with fear and hope. They were escaping. But where would they go? Mara checked the navigation systems. "We will head to the outer system. There, we can find allies and plan our next move." Suddenly, the shuttle's alarm beeped loudly. Mara's face grew serious. "They are sending ships after us." Tom looked out and saw fast, sleek vessels speeding toward them. The Careth were already here. Mara pushed a button, and the shuttle's speed increased. The engines roared louder. Tom gripped his seat. The chase began. The Careth ships moved quickly, firing energy beams that streaked past the shuttle. Mara piloted with skill, weaving through asteroid fields and debris to avoid the attacks. Tom felt the shuttle shake as one blast hit the hull. Sparks flew, and the lights flickered. Mara worked the controls, steadying the ship. "We cannot outrun them for long," Mara said. "We must lose them in the rift." Tom frowned. "The rift? What is that?" Mara pointed ahead. "A wormhole near this system. It is unstable, dangerous. But it is our only chance." The shuttle raced toward the glowing rift, a swirling tunnel of light and energy. The Careth ships followed closely. Mara adjusted the controls and entered the rift. The shuttle was pulled into the strange tunnel. Inside, the stars twisted and colors changed rapidly. Tom felt pressure on his chest, as if the ship was being squeezed. The shuttle shook violently as it moved through the rift. Mara focused on the controls, guiding the ship carefully. Suddenly, they burst out the other side, into empty space far from the station. The Careth ships tried to follow, but slowed at the rift's edge. "We lost them," Mara said with relief. For now, Tom let out a breath he had been holding. "That was close," Mara nodded. "Too close. They will not give up. We must be ready." Tom looked at Mara. "Where do we go from here?" Mara smiled faintly. "To my homeworld. There, we will find allies and answers." Tom felt hope rising again. The journey was only beginning. But now he knew they had a chance. As the shuttle sped through space toward a distant star, Tom looked out at the stars. The fight was far from over, but with Mara by his side, he was ready to face whatever came next. The small shuttle moved steadily through deep space. Outside the windows, stars glimmered like scattered diamonds on black velvet. Tom sat quietly beside Mara, watching the strange colors swirl around the edges of the wormhole they had just passed through. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. Mara's eyes were focused on the controls, her hands steady. "The rift is a dangerous path," she said softly. "Many ships have been lost trying to travel it, but it is the fastest way to reach my homeworld." Tom nodded. He felt the pressure in his chest ease a little. After the chase near the station, the quiet of space was a relief. But he knew the real danger was still ahead. As they moved deeper into the rift, the shuttle began to shake gently. The lights flickered. Tom gripped the armrests. "How much longer?" "A few hours," Mara replied. "The rift is unstable. We must be careful." The shuttle passed through clouds of glowing gas and streaks of light. Tom closed his eyes and tried to focus. He felt the dream bridge stirring inside him again, like a small flame waiting to grow. Suddenly, the shuttle shook hard. Warning lights flashed. Mara's voice was calm but serious. "Radiation storm ahead. Brace yourself." The shuttle was hit by waves of energy. Tom felt the ship jolt and sway. Mara adjusted the controls, guiding the shuttle through the storm. "It's like flying through lightning," Tom said, his voice tight. Mara nodded. The rift is wild, but if we can pass safely, we will reach my people. After the storm, the shuttle entered a quiet space filled with strange blue light. Tom opened his eyes and gasped. Through the window, he saw a vast city built on a planet below. Towers of shining crystal rose high into the sky. 3 suns lit the horizon with soft, warm light. This is Velora, Mara said quietly. My homeworld. Tom stared in wonder. The city looked like something from a dream, beautiful and alive. He felt the dream bridge pulse stronger in his mind. As they landed near the city, Mara told Tom more about her people. Velorans have long lived in peace, but the shadow of the Kareth War hangs over us. We must prepare. Tom helped Mara off the shuttle. The air smelled fresh and clean. The ground beneath their feet was soft and warm. Velora felt alive with energy. The city was busy with beings of many shapes and sizes. Some looked like Mara, tall and silver-skinned. Others had different colors and forms, but all moved with purpose. Mara led Tom to a tall building of crystal and metal. Inside, the air was cool and quiet. The walls glowed softly with light. This is the council chamber, Mara said. The leaders of my people meet here. Tom felt nervous. He had never been in such a place before. But Mara's presence gave him strength. The council members were seated in a circle. They looked at Tom carefully. Mara spoke to them in their language, then turned back to him. They want to meet you, she said. They must see your truth. Tom stepped forward. He told the council about the dream bridge, the Kareth, and the connection he shared with Mara. He spoke honestly and clearly. The council listened in silence. Then, a tall elder with bright eyes spoke. We have heard of the dream bridge before. It is a lost power. If you truly carry it, you are the chosen. Tom felt a mixture of pride and fear. Chosen for what? To help us unite, the elder said. Together, we may stand against the Kareth. The council agreed to help Tom and Mara find more humans who shared the dream bridge. They offered ships, information, and support. That night, Tom lay in a quiet room, looking out at Velora's twin moons. He thought about Earth, about his family, and the battles ahead. Mara entered quietly. She sat beside him and said, the rift was only the first challenge. The real fight is coming. Tom nodded. But I believe we can win. Mara smiled softly. With the dream bridge, and with courage, we will. As the stars shone brightly above Velora, Tom felt hope and determination. The journey through the rift had brought him to a new world and a new destiny. The grand hall of the council building was filled with soft light. Crystal walls shimmered like water, and the air was cool and calm. Tom stood at the center, surrounded by the Veloran council members. He felt the weight of their gaze, but he also felt hope. Mara stood beside him, her calm presence steadying him. Today, she said, we will show the council why Tom is important. He carries the memories of the ancient alliance between humans and Velorans. An elder stepped forward. His silver hair shimmered under the light. Tom, we must know the truth. Will you share your memories with us? Tom nodded. I will try. Closing his eyes, Tom reached deep into his mind. Slowly, images and feelings surfaced. He saw scenes of great battles where humans and Velorans fought side by side. He saw ships flying through stars, weapons blazing in darkness. He felt the strength of friendship, the pain of loss. The council members watched. Their faces serious. The elder spoke softly. These memories belong to an ancestor of yours, a human who once stood with us. The dream bridge was their gift to unite our peoples. Tom opened his eyes. I don't remember everything, but I know the dream bridge is real. It connects minds and hearts. Even across worlds, Mara added, the Kareth want to destroy that connection. They fear the unity it brings. One council member, a tall Veloran with blue skin, spoke. If Tom truly carries this power, we must prepare to protect him and use it wisely. The council agreed to form a special group. Veloran warriors and human allies would work together to find others with the Dream Bridge gift. They would train and prepare for the coming war. Tom was given a small device that would help him contact the others they had found. He looked at it with hope. This was the tool to build their new alliance. Later, Mara took Tom to a quiet garden. In the council building, the air smelled of flowers Tom had never seen. Mara said, "The council believes in you, but time is short. The Careth will not wait." Tom looked at the sky outside the crystal walls. 3 suns shone softly, lighting the world in a strange but beautiful way. "We must hurry," he said. The next days were busy with training and planning. Tom met other humans who had joined the cause. Each one had a gift, a small spark of the dream bridge inside. Together, they practiced linking their minds, sharing thoughts and feelings. It was difficult at first. The mind link was like learning a new language. But slowly, they grew stronger. Tom felt the bond between them, a web of hope spreading across worlds. One evening, as Tom rested in his room, Mara came with urgent news. "The Careth fleet has been detected near the outer system. They are coming faster than expected." Tom felt a cold shiver. The battle was near. Mara placed her hand on his. "We will face this together. The dream bridge will give us strength." Tom nodded. "We will not let them win." Outside, the stars shone bright. 2 worlds stood united. For the first time in centuries, and their story was far from over. The stars outside the crystal windows of Velora's council hall burned bright. As the Careth fleet moved closer to the system, the threat was real and near. Tom stood with Mara and the council leaders, feeling the weight of what was to come. Mara's voice was calm but strong. "The Careth believe in power through fear and destruction. They do not understand the strength of unity. That is why the dream bridge is their greatest enemy." Tom nodded. He looked around at the gathered humans. And Velorans? They were ready, but the fear in their eyes was clear. Tom felt the same fear, but also something stronger, hope. Outside, the defense ships lined up near the planet's orbit. The humans and Velorans had joined their fleets for the first time in centuries. The air was tense but filled with determination. Tom and Mara stood in the command center, where leaders from both worlds coordinated the defense. Mara's fingers moved over controls, guiding ships with skill. Tom focused on the dream bridge, reaching out to the minds of those fighting. He felt the thoughts of others' hope, courage, fear, and strength. The dream bridge connected them all. Like a net of light. Suddenly, the sensors detected the Careth fleet entering the system. Dark ships moved like a storm, their weapons glowing with deadly power. The battle began. Energy beams flashed across space. Explosions lit the dark void. The combined fleet fought hard, using every weapon and skill they had. Tom closed his eyes and reached deeper into the dream bridge. He sent waves of strength and calm to the pilots and soldiers. The connection gave them courage and focus. Mara guided the Veloran ships, dodging attacks and firing back. Her voice was steady, directing the fleet like a conductor leading an orchestra. Despite their courage, the Careth pressed forward. Their numbers were large, and their attacks fierce. Tom felt a sudden surge of pain in his mind as the enemy tried to break the dream bridge. But he held strong, pushing back with all his will. The battle raged for hours. Many ships were lost, but the humans and Velorans fought as one. In the midst of the fight, Tom saw a chance. A group of Careth ships had separated from the main fleet, heading toward Velora's surface. If they reached the planet, the war could be lost. Tom told Mara quickly, "They are trying to attack the city." Mara nodded. "We must stop them, together." They led a squadron to intercept. The chase was tense. The Careth ships were fast and aggressive. Tom sent calm and focus through the dream bridge to the pilots. "Stay steady. We can do this." The Veloran and human pilots responded, their minds linked by Tom's strength. In a fierce fight above the city, the squadron managed to break the enemy line. The Careth ships were pushed back and destroyed one by one. The city below cheered as the attack was stopped. But the battle was not over. Back in space, the main fleet was weakening. The dream bridge was the key to keeping everyone together, but Tom was tired. The effort drained him. Mara saw his struggle and took his hand. "You are stronger than you know. We will win because of you." Tom smiled faintly. He felt renewed. By her words, the fight continued until the Careth fleet began to retreat. The combined forces had held the line. As Silence returned to space, the council gathered again. The elders spoke with respect. You have saved Valora and Earth. Your courage and the Dream Bridge have shown that unity is power. Tom looked at Mara and the others. The Dream Bridge was no longer just a memory. It was the future. Mara said softly, our worlds will remain connected. Together, we can face whatever comes next. Tom felt hope fill his heart. He had come a long way from the cargo bays of the space station. Now, he was part of a new beginning, one where humans and aliens stood together, stronger than ever. As he looked out at the stars, Tom knew this was only the start of their journey. The universe was vast, full of challenges and wonders. But with the Dream Bridge and their new alliance, he believed anything was possible. The future was theirs to build.